Okay, guys, this next story is a true story of a man that had the worst date of his life with a Thai woman he met on Tinder. This story is full of disgust, usury, and shamelessness. The gentleman in this story gives us his account of coming across a disgusting and unladylike woman that just plain used him. This story should be used as an example of what not to do when dating, visiting, or traveling in Southeast Asia. Here it goes. I feel like someone out of a dating gone wrong Instagram reel or TikTok. I'm sure most of you have watched the kind of video I'm referring to, where the date goes off the rails and the guy gets up and leaves. Well, this same scenario recently happened to me. So it all started when I matched with this Thai girl on Tinder, and we chatted back and forth for about 2 days. The chemistry was there, so we continued our conversation on this app called Line. It's basically the WhatsApp of Thailand. This morning, she texted me, asking me if I was available to meet for lunch at the mall at SOC Terminal 21. I was free and agreed to see her for lunch. I arrived at Terminal 21 at 1 p.m. sharp. I'm just naturally punctual on dates, and I usually give a few minutes leeway in case a girl comes late. 20 minutes passed by, and there was no word from her. I texted her, "Where are you?" and she responded, "I'll be there in 10 minutes. I should have read the signs at this point. 30 minutes late to a first-time meetup with a stranger just shows you what kind of person they are. But I was horny and, in the moment, let it slide, leaving it up to my little head to guide the situation, which always leads to disaster, as you're about to see. I just sat there like an idiot until I received a message from her on the Line app that read, "I'm here in mall, I'm in toilet." And she followed up with sending me a gnarly picture of her taking a shit on the toilet. I was thinking, who does that? And she's effing disgusting. Once she finished destroying the washroom, she walked over to where I was near the Starbucks. The first words that came out of her mouth were, "I'm hungry." No hi, hello, how are you? Just, "I'm hungry," with a lackluster look on her face. She couldn't have looked any more displeased to be somewhere. I was more hungry than I was angry, so I acquiesced to her demand in my stomach, and we walked over to a restaurant to eat. While we were eating, I began trying to make small talk, asking her the cliche, "What do you do for work?" which she replied with, she worked part-time and could come and go as she pleased. She didn't want to elaborate further than that, but in hindsight, looking back, she may have been referring to being a woman of the night. After that short exchange and conversation, she was glued to her phone as if I wasn't even there. Once we finished eating, we got up and walked around the mall for a bit until she asked if I wanted a beer. My automatic reaction to that was, "Now?" meaning that it was too early for one. She replied, "Yes," so I agreed to just one glass. So she guided me to some street side bar near Asok. We ordered 2 beers, of course I paid. She started drinking as soon as her hand touched the ice cold beer, without even saying cheers or thank you. At this point, she reverted back to the same situation as before, of playing with her phone, but this time, she took out a second cell phone, if one wasn't enough. She began texting people on both phones without a care in the world, as if I wasn't even there. I felt alone. I finished my beer and noticed that she didn't make any eye contact with me at all. So I broke the ice by asking her, "Is your cell phone more important than me?" She replied in a loud and rude manner, "I am busy with my friend. Do you have a problem?" At this moment, I was in utter shock. The balls on this bitch. To not only talk to me this way, but have the nerve to do it in the way she did in front of so many people. She tried to embarrass me. So I stood up and called the waiter over, paid the bill, and left the bar. The most shocking part of it all was that, even when I got up and I was visibly angry, she didn't even look up at me once. Her eyes were still glued to her screen. I have to say, these red flags are there for a reason, my friends. Not only was this woman disgusting in her behavior, actions, and manners, or lack thereof, but all she wanted was a free meal and a drink, and you became her provider. No one wants to feel the way our guy felt on that date. Learn from this and don't become the next victim. I hope you guys use this true story and others like it as a resource on the do's and don'ts when dating, visiting, or traveling in Southeast Asia. Stay tuned for the next true story on Southeast Asia Stories. My name is Roberto. I'm the voice behind the screen, and I'm glad to have you here. Please comment, subscribe, and like, and share my videos with whomever you think would like them. Bye for now.